Something creepy happened to me recently, and it's been keeping me up at night. So, I was going through my old family photo albums, just reminiscing about the good old days. But then, I stumbled upon this photograph that gave me the chills. In the picture, there I was, just a kid about 13 years old, standing in one of the national parks. It was one of those photos I couldn't remember being taken. That wasn't the weird part, though. Next to me was a person I'd never seen before. Seriously, this guy was a total stranger. I racked my brain, trying to remember any details about this person, but nothing came up. I was looking at myself in the picture confused, stood in the forest next to a total stranger I knew nothing about. I showed the photo to my parents, hoping they could shed some light on the situation, but they seemed as puzzled as I was. They didn't know who this person was either. They kind of just shrugged it off. It was strange to say the least. I mean, wouldn't you remember a photo being taken at that age? Or at least the person who has their arm around you both smiling and posing. As days went by, I couldn't stop thinking about that mysterious stranger. Who was he? Why was he in the photo with me? Was it just a stranger I'd met that day and we just found a mutual comfort to take a photo with each other? The uncertainty was eating at me. Unable to find answers, I turned to the internet for help. I posted the photo on some forums, hoping that someone out there might recognize the person. Seems far-fetched, I know, but this silly little photo became a pretty big distraction in my life at the time. The responses I received were far from comforting. Some people joked that it could be a doppelganger, or a ghostly presence that I didn't see at the time. The theories only unsettled me more, joke or not. A few months went by and I got a message responding to my comments. I opened it and my blood ran cold. In the message, they had attached a news article from decades ago. It was an article about a mysterious disappearance, a man who vanished under unknown circumstances, leaving his family searching for answers. Of course, the picture accompanying the article was him, the same man from the old photograph. My heart raced as I connected the dot. The person stood next to me in the photo was a missing person. Why was he stood next to me? Where is the connection? The photo must have been taken around the same year, so I wasn't sure if he was missing before or after the picture was taken. The revelation sent chills down my spine. To this day, the unsettling photograph remains etched in my memory. I may never fully understand the truth behind that stranger in the old photograph, but one thing is for certain, the nagging feeling has never gone away.
So a couple of weeks ago, my friends and I decided to do some exploring in this creepy old abandoned house on the edge of the woods. Trust me, it was the kind of place that gave you goosebumps just looking at it. As we stepped inside, the musty smell filled our noses, and the creaking floorboards echoed through the empty rooms. We were on edge, but our curiosity got the better of us. It wasn't long before we found a small door tucked away in the corner of a dark hallway. My heart raced as we pushed it open. It revealed a secret room that seemed frozen in time. Dust-covered furniture, crumbling walls, and faded photographs that stared back at us. But it was the photographs that sent a chill down my spine. They were of people, their faces looking scared and desperate. It was clear something terrible had happened to them. We found newspaper clippings scattered around, each one telling the story of an unsolved disappearance in the area. The previous owner, it seemed, was involved in something sinister. We couldn't shake the feeling that we'd stumbled upon a dark secret. The hairs on the back of my neck stood up as I imagined the horrors that could have taken place in that very room. Every rustling sound or distant creak only magnified my fear. I wanted to leave, but my curiosity couldn't let me. The more we explored, the more we uncovered. A handwritten journal filled with cryptic symbols and scribbles. As we made our way out of that place, our minds raced with questions. Who lived there? What happened to those people in the pictures? Were we in danger just by being there? It felt like we'd been watched, hunted even. Maybe it was just paranoia, but you couldn't blame us. As soon as we were out, we called the police as an anonymous tip. Ever since that day, I've been experiencing nightmares and an unshakable feeling that something awful is lurking. We became obsessed, our every thought and conversation consumed by the creepy house with the secret room. But the more we lingered, the more we shared the same feeling. We were being watched.
One night, things got real for me. It was super late and I was chilling on my couch, enjoying the peace after a long day. Little did I know that peace was about to get shattered by some creepy phone calls that changed my life forever. Out of nowhere, the phone rang. I picked it up, kinda nervous. But instead of a normal voice, all I heard were these weird whispers, like someone breathing cold air in my ear. It gave me shivers, so I hung up, hoping it was just a prank. But that wasn't the end of it. Just minutes later, the phone rang again. I answered. Heart pounding like crazy. This time, the voice was different. It talked, all low and secretive, saying stuff that made my skin crawl. I see you. I know your deepest secrets. Whispering each word. Fear took over, but I couldn't help but be curious. I wrote down the number from the screen, ready to do some digging, but when I tried calling it back, I got, "This number doesn't exist." I was confused and freaked out. I tried to shake off the fear, but the calls kept coming. Night after night, they got scarier and scarier. I felt as though I was seeing shadows around my house, and every little noise in the house kept me on edge. I got desperate, and I decided to call the cops. I told them everything, but they couldn't track the calls or give me any answers. They said they'd keep an eye out, but I knew deep down that they couldn't protect me from whoever or whatever evil was haunting me. Sleep became impossible. I stayed locked up in my house, scared to answer the phone, but tortured by its constant ringing. Weeks passed and the haunting calls never stopped. I was trapped, losing my mind. I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched, like I was stuck in a never-ending nightmare. Then, one night, I made a decision that changed everything. I took a deep breath and answered the call. The whispers that came through sent chills down my spine. I've been watching you, and now I'm coming for you. The call ended, leaving me trembling. The strange caller had revealed his true intentions. I packed my bag, shaking like crazy, and got the heck out of there, desperate to escape from whatever was after me. I'm navigating through this crazy mess, haunted by those bone-chilling whispers. The strange caller has most certainly put a dent in my life, but I won't let this occurrence take over my sanity. Hopefully you don't have to experience any unknown callers with cruel intentions, or wander into any secret rooms, or even stumble upon old creepy photographs. Please like, share and subscribe if you haven't already, and we will look forward to bringing you more content like this. Stay safe and be careful.